Hello guys, and I'm AlphaFerg with UCD StarCraft, and I'm trying a new style of casting. You just heard the new intro that I haven't finished yet right now, but I finished it by the time I made this video in the future. So if that didn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. I'm going to do some casting. This is going to be... Here, let me take you into the game. Set into the game. Oh. But bam. This is going to be Sky against Shurs. Sky for UC Davis as the Red Terran against the blue evil Zerg, Shurs. His mother named him for whether she liked carrots. Do you like carrots, Mrs. Shurs? Shurs. Meanwhile, Sky, on the other hand, told me this was an epic ZVT. He played, this isn't on the current ladder, so it's a little bit old, but I'm sure it was recent, and I'm sure this game is going to be exciting, because he said there was something epic about it. I won't give it away, I'll let you guys figure it out, but in the meantime, let's see what's going on. Sky, see, this is what I'm talking about when I say you gotta watch for that Overlord in the close position. See the timing? A minute 20, minute 25? Send your SCV to scout out the bottom, and he'll run right into the Overlord. But Shurs is pulling a super metagame. He's running his Overlord to the cross position while scouting at the close position with the drone. Interesting decision, but of course the SCV will totally see the Overlord right there, and Sky knows exactly where he's facing against because he scouted this. He thinks he's that Shurs is cross position, and he is correct. Oh, and will he get the hatch cancel? Ho-ho! Or not cancel, but delay, and now this SCV is going to be able to poke away at Sky, at Shurs, and Shurs will sadly die, but Sky not wasting the SCV, very smart. In the meantime, walling into his main. He does have one gas up, and it looks like the Zerg player has scouted all of that. Building a supply depot just to delay that... hatchery that much longer. He did lose the SCV, which you don't want to do, but really the goal is to delay that hatchery as long as possible and force this kind of early spawning pool, early aggression that you can totally face off because you have a nice wall-in. We'll see where this goes. I don't think that Shurs will lose this Overlord. If he floats it over here right as the Marine pops out, you could lose it. He's also moving this Overlord over here to kind of go around. You can see it's even moving right there, just to the north of the third base. And Sky, with this early gas, is going to get an early factory, which I kind of like. We'll see if he does get the early reactor. If he does, it'll come out right after this Marine. In the meantime, Shurs has these early lings and his hatchery on the way. He's getting a very early spine crawler. Not a mistake, because I'm sure there's going to be, yep, there's a reactor. Hellion's coming out soon. You can build the spine crawler and move it down just to have it built that much earlier. Not a bad decision at all. Here come the Lings, early map control, taking both Zelnaga towers. He's going to have tons and tons of scouting, especially with these Overlords around the map. And Sky putting down a very early command center. Will Shurs move up the ramp and see it? Not too hard to see. If he chooses to go up the ramp, which he is doing, he's totally seeing everything. And he even sees the reactor Hellions. So Shurs knows what he's up against. And he's just going to see, he already has a spine crawler down there. It's built. It's maybe a little early. You can build it now, and it should be done by the time these Hellions are built and across the map. But he's just being super careful. You know, if there's a bunker rush, this just means you're that much more protected, and it doesn't set you back that far if you're going to build it anyway. He's also getting a lot of queens, 4 queens total, and that's going to be a lot of defense, especially against these Hellions, but I like that Sky is just expanding. He's not going to try to push too hard. He's going to get his 2-base economy up, and we'll see how the Zerg chooses to react to that, because on this map, there is expanding to your third is such a risk, because here is where you have to defend, whereas previously you just need to get this choke, kind of watch for here, and maybe on this ramp as well. But taking the third on this map really just widens the options and limits your defensive capabilities. We'll see what happens. Taking a look at the early economy, Shurs has a lead, and Sky can try to do damage. You can see he needs 2 Spine Crawlers to really defend against this totally. And these 2 Hellions are going to run right in. How much damage will they cause? 1 drone is already down, 2 more Hellions on the field, and they're roasting quite a lot of drones. You can see a massive flaming barbecue pit over here, and 1 Hellion goes down, but 5 drones, not a bad decision at all. These 5 queens are just beside themselves. But you know what? With 5 queens, we'll be able to defend against banshees, which aren't even coming. Look at this early 3rd command center. He doesn't even have this one down, but he is already preparing to take a 3rd, and just having that extra mule call down is so helpful. What are you getting? Orbital command soon. Spending it elsewhere. There we go. Orbital command. And so let's see what Shurs is going to do. Is there roaches on the field? No, but he's getting a ton of gas. He's going to want to get a lair. There it is. And he possibly will want to take a 3rd soon. But with this much Hellions, I don't know. It looks like Sky has changed to a Marine tank. And now he's going to take his natural, now that he has the bunker coming up. He'll be safe against any pushes. A 3rd hatchery down for Shurs. It looks like nothing too crazy. Zerglings coming across the map. Awesome stuff. Probably want to get a Baneling nest. Soon as these tank numbers, he could do a 2 tank or 3 tank push. But it looks like instead he is relying on Lings. He's getting +1 melee attacks, which I'd still like to see Banelings for. Really smart move here for Sky. Just defending against any sort of early drops, which can kind of spread your army a lot. It looks like some Lings ran in, but the Hellions easily taken care of. But one thing I want to point out, Sky has not scouted out this pit. Why am I blanking on the name? Smoke pit, something like that. The hidden part of his main, and there can be some scary drops in here. There could be a Nidus full of Banelings. You never know. Might want to use one of the Marines there, or put a supply depot over here or something. Definitely got to plan ahead against the tricky Zerg. But Shurs instead is taking a 3rd. Not bad with that decision. Not a bad decision at all, I should say. And Sky is up 4 racks, 1 factory, chugging away those siege tanks, and his economy is going to be very good soon because he has caught up to Shurs on harvesters. Shurs should actually get a lot more. He should put in a wave of drones soon, but it looks like he's saving up for mutas. The Spire is almost halfway done. There's the Baneling nest. And he's going to be fine because the push has not come out yet. 9 creep tumors. Holy crap, he just sent all of his creep on the way. The creep tumors are new on the production tab. Patch 1.42 or something like that. You can see there's the drones. And we'll be moving in later into the game here. It looks like neither player really is trying to do any damage. These Marines are still getting their workout in. And the unit count is really what's interesting to me. 4 tanks, 3 Hellions, 17 Marines against 14 Zerglings. So there's really not that big of a defense. But 9 mutas are on the way, along with an armory, so there should be Thors out soon. Reactor Starport can also build some Vikings. It looks like here's an early Ling push. But the last one just gets eaten alive. These tanks have some nice kills on them. And, yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting, because Sky actually needs to get a 3rd soon. He doesn't need to, but he wants to, and really what's going to happen is he's going to try to take care of these mutas and push at the same time and get a 3rd. I really like that kind of Marine timing. Here's the Marines that can do damage, but I don't know, this is a lot of mutas. It looks like he's going to run away. These are 1-0 Marines, and there is 2-1 on the way. Along with vehicle level 1, you can definitely abuse that. Your siege tanks just do that much more damage. And here comes Sky trying to take his 3rd. There is an Overlord there, so we'll have to take that out. But really, he needs more Marines, and he actually needs combat shields. I wonder if it's a mistake. He has not gotten the very important combat shields, especially when you have 38 Marines. That's just so much more health in your army. They do more damage against Zerglings, they do more damage against Mutas, just because they live longer. Here come the two Marines to take out the army, but here is the Mutas doing a ton of damage. In come the Marines, stimming only a small bit, taking out a Muta. Pretty good stuff, and here are the nice missile turrets. Good missile turret position. Look at all the damage this Mutaflock is taking, just trying to get around. And he's just walling in. He's ringing his base with missile turrets against this many Mutas. That's not a bad decision, especially because there's 6 more out on the field. But Schurz is actually getting a scary army. You can see he is about 15 supply ahead. But actually that's not too bad. This poor Orbital Command is waiting for the creep to go away. Waiting. This guy's a little supply capped, but that is because of the Thor. Thors are actually a lot of supply. He'll want to build some supply depots soon. Sky, you're the one who told me to keep building supply depots and how to do it, man. Hate to see this. But now that the Orbital Command has landed, he'll be able to get some economy up. It looks like Schurz is taking his 4th base, and the Mutas are coming around for an attack on the 3rd base. They're going to face a lot of missile turrets, but they're fighting well against it. They took out one of the missile turrets, but they didn't do too much damage. It looks like he only killed a small number, about 3 workers total with this Muta harass. Very good play by Sky to defend against it, and Schurz is just taking his 5th base now. And if Sky doesn't push soon, he's going to get overwhelmed, because now Schurz is almost at the supply cap, and he'll be able to just trade armies efficiently until he wins. And he's actually going for a 6th base now, so he is getting very greedy and relying on this mineral lead that he has. In the meantime, it looks like Sky is also going to max up. He still doesn't have combat shields. That's got to be a mistake at this point, especially because he has 700 gas. In come more Mutas against this missile turret. It looks like he's not going to lose them. Never mind. They're actually going to be able to kill a lot here, taking out some SCVs. Wow, doing so much damage to the refinery. These Mutas are 1-0. You can just see how much damage they do. These SCVs are taking a lot of damage every single volley. But here comes the push from Sky. Lots of Thors, lots of Marines. He's getting his level 3 attacks. They're 2-2 right now. And let's see how this push... Here comes... Oh my gosh. All of the army... Thors are trying to do damage, but there are a lot of Marines here. And the Banelings are coming in, doing some huge explosions. The Thors are staying alive. It looks like the Mutas are finally done. Wow, did any Mutas survive there? I don't think so. And there's still quite a number of Marines alive, and it looks like that attack went very well for Sky. The Mutas, he just didn't attack right. The Marines were able to hide in this corner and in here and do a lot of damage, taking out the 6th like it's no problem at all. Lots more Lings and Banes on the way. The 2nd wave should be able to do a lot of damage, catching 2 Mutas there, doing a lot of damage, and now he's going to work away at this 4th base. Here comes the army, and that's a lot of damage too. These Thors are doing a lot of the tanking, and he's trying to kite his Marines, but unfortunately these Banelings just do so much damage, and that is the last of the army. There are Lings and Banes left, but he does manage to save his 4th base, and his 5th is doing fine. Trying to run away with these poor medevacs as well, but not good enough. So what is Sky going to do now?